Hey guys, so we're doing our second rewatch today because it's a lazy Monday. It's fine. So as we're looking at maps, the teams are Joel, Chase, Travis, and Larry versus Jake, Alex, Tanner, and Taylor. So we can see Taylor has the high score, followed by Larry. Travis is ahead of me, and then Alex and Jake are pretty similar to Chase and Joel. As I was looking at Civ makeups, I was really impressed with Chase early on. If we look at Travis has 130 villagers going. I wonder if Chase kept going. A minute ago, so Chase is at 120. So Chase is keeping up with Travis as far as villagers go, which is impressive. I'm surprised that there's such a huge point differential. There's 2,000 points between, 1,500 points between Travis and Chase, but still very impressive looking at that. And it's interesting to see that Alex is really similar to Chase in score right at the end of Treaty. So you can see we have 2.5 minutes left. So people should be thinking about military at this point in the game, or at least pretty close to it. So we see here that Chase is walled off with houses, but they haven't actually made an actual wall. They have these crazy 2 defensive lakes here. Larry's in full. He's got a ton of villagers up here that are just prepping for the fight. Larry's got his barracks going, got his castles. We see that Chase has walled off, and Taylor, it appears, has not walled off. So my side has not walled off at all. Also, let's look at Travis's side. So Travis is over here. He's the Mayan, so he's very gold hungry. That's kind of his MO. We see over here Larry is cutting through. So Larry's going to go boom. He's building his surprise base is what this is, I'm sure. But he's going to go over here, and then he's looking to attack Alex over here. So on this side, we see that Alex has just started building barracks. We have, again, 2.5 minutes. Taylor's got his military going. Jake, I'm not seeing a lot of military. Oh, wait, Jake's starting to build military here. He's got 2 castles going. Not just one. We're going to go with 2 because, of course, Jake begins that way. And my military is off to the side. My goal was not to be a part of this fight. I told them to all be ready and to all push right here, and I was going to solo around the side over here, and we'll see that happen. So, let's see how the game goes. So again, 2.5 minutes left. Treaty hasn't quite started, but we see Larry is already cutting through in prep for what he's going to do, which is, I believe he cuts through over here. But Alex is pretty good to go. It looks like, assuming he gets all his upgrades in. That's going to be his big thing. But both teams are prepping for a fight here in the middle as well. We can see Larry's doing both sides. So that's happening. At the same time, I'm cutting through over here on this far side here. Look at how big those holes are that the Ethiopians make. When we talk about awesome onagers, this all would be a section of death. And it's just massive. It's really big. Yeah, so you can get a lot of troops through, and that's what I'm trying to do. At the same time, Treaty is now up. So Larry's cutting over here. And he's just building a forward base. Is anything happening here? Nothing's happening here. Taylor's getting ready to go. And Larry's going. Larry's in. So Larry gets in. At this point, Alex sees it pretty early on. And Alex is like, Larry's here! Oh my gosh! And he immediately sends troops. And I find it always interesting what people choose to do first. Oh, and he's in Alex's base. Alex needs to click the button, but he's not. But the fight is starting over there. Meanwhile, I'm over here still going, and I'm getting prepped to go in. You can see I've got these guys going. We're going inches from their trade. And everything's happening over here. Alex, you can see, is just building, and he had towers in place He just didn't have towers in the right place to see this, so he didn't have any forewarning. But Larry's just throwing everything he can, and Alex throws in this barracks just to stop him. He's like, no, I can't build a wall, but I can build a barracks, and you're not getting in here, you monster. He threw in all his Goths, and Larry's still in Alex's base here. Interesting. I'm surprised that Alex didn't click his button. But that's okay, because Alex built the barracks. He did it. On the other side, I've gotten through, and I'm in, and just wrecking Joel. And you'll notice that I'm sending troops. I'm not leaving these guys here. I'm sending them in, probably to Joel is my bet. But it might be Larry or Chase. I'm really mad at Chase at this point, because I'm tired of Chase doing this to me, because he keeps doing it to me. We can see that Chase sees it. So we drop them off, and they just have a party here. So I went and wrecked Joel first. While that's happening, over here, Larry is fighting tooth and nail to try and Alex is just clogged up with barracks. This is so great to see. I love this so much. And Travis is doing that thing. They haven't turned yet. They want so badly to just get back in here. They're not turning at all. As I'm putting these in Larry's base now. Kaput. And eating up Larry's base. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it feels so good to watch this. Meanwhile, we can see that Travis has turned. Travis is sending Eagle Warriors, which is probably his best thing. And Joel is walling off. They're cutting off that section because they're like, nope, we can't deal with this. We need to stop him. So Joel's going to be putting his Italians in. Chase is pushing this way. And we've kind of claimed this corner. The trade has been redirected. Looks like Joel's trading here. I don't think that Larry and them are, but that could change shortly. So they're walling off again. Meanwhile, let's see, who is this? Alex is just going nuts. I love how Alex is holding this line. And I'm putting more troops, and this time they're going into Travis. And doing the same thing that we've been doing, I'm sure. Yes. So I'm just taking that out. That's one thing that Ethiopians are really good at, is their units are not tough, but they have a very high attack rate. So if you can get them in, they will attack and they will bite. And that's what we're seeing here. So that's happening. Meanwhile, Jake and I have been pushing. Larry comes over here. See, I think I'm getting more. Yeah, we're going to get more troops coming. But I'm held out. Travis is losing it. Oh, and we got more of these guys going. And on this side, Alex is doing a great Goth. Alex and Taylor are pushing together, and it's just really pretty. I love watching this sort of a game where they don't just drop at the beginning. That's awesome. So trade on their end has stopped, though. We're looking at Chase. Chase has a ton of gold. Let's see, how much does Larry have? Larry's got a ton of gold too, but no one's making gold on that side. So their time is limited at this point. Taylor's trying to get in, but it didn't happen. That wall actually did a pretty good job of stopping. You know, between Larry pushing and everything going on, they did a good job. And Larry really believed on that side. You can see he's just throwing everything that he can at him. He's doing a good job doing it. But when you don't have trade, you don't have trade. Joel does have trade. Larry's rebuilding his town center. Chase has a bunch of idle villagers. And they're just trying to hold over here. Taylor's trying to do a plunge. And I built some forward siege workshops because I was tired of waiting on all of these guys to get there. At this point, the game has definitely swung. It's now in mine and Taylor's and Alex and Jake's. We're definitely winning. I'm not sure why Jake is using so many skirmishers. They're a fine unit for archers, and I guess Joel's building archers, but really, what civ is he? He's the Khmer. So when I'm the Khmer, I'm really building elephants and scorpions. Like those are like my go-to units with them because they're the fastest elephants in the game and the best scorpions in the game. So I want to use those strengths. Not that skirmishers are bad, but there's just better units that you could be building. Skirmishers are anti-archers, and so there are some archers, but that's really the only time that you really want skirmishers is when someone's throwing a ton of archers at you. And I feel like in this game, you can see Travis is pivoting. How much gold does Travis have that he's able to do this? Oh, no, not Chase, Travis. So Travis has a lot of gold still. That's amazing. Good job for you, Travis. I don't know what you're doing for that, but... And we see Taylor's getting in there. But as long as Travis has gold, they're in the fight still. And I think that's the big thing. Chase is turning. Yeah, these horses should do good against the skirmishers. But there's too little going on. But I really got to commend Joel for the walls here. Like, these emergency walls did a great job of keeping everyone out. And then putting this castle up on top of it, like, that line was held. But it wasn't enough. We see Larry surges back. And Alex is just, survive! Larry even does a push in. Wow. Holy cow. So Larry's, like, rushing. And I remember Alex talking about this, like, guys, things are happening. I can't hold. And he's not wrong. But, I love watching the Goths play. It's so much fun. But at this point, I'm in full production mode over here. We've got Jake's not far behind, although guys are just chilling there. I don't know what they're doing, but it's fine. Meanwhile, Larry is just throwing his heart and soul at this front. He's put up a castle. We've got Joel's bombards. We need to move those things forward. That's what those need. Those need to get right here. That's where I want those bombards. That way they're just raining on anything that's in this area. Plus then he can start targeting these barracks, because the barracks are what's the enemy right there. The units are scary. The barracks are what kill. On the other side, we've now taken out the castle. You can see Jake's moved his units forward, and we're just having our way. And I'm just really just tired of losing to Chase. At this point in the game, that's kind of what it was like. I just want to beat Chase. That's what I wanted. And we see, well, these aren't even built yet. I thought that Travis had built those at some point. You can see so Travis is sending tons of troops. Oh my gosh, look at all these troops that are coming here. This is great. So Travis did not say die. No one did. I don't know what these guys are just chilling here for, but they're there. And Larry's getting pushed back because Taylor is showing up with the skirms and the Huskarls and a lot of trash. I don't know. Does Taylor not have money? I don't know what's going on there. Let's look. Taylor. Stevens. He's got gold, but I don't know. I guess he's preemptively built a bunch. So, makes sense. And Larry's just throwing everything he can. Now Joel's bombard cannons are getting engaged, which is good. And they've got trade up for a moment. On this other side, we're just inches from it, though. And Chase is fighting with all of his might. Here we go, and we're in. Maybe not. It's the thing about onagers, man. They'll just kill everything, including your troops. Larry does not want to lose this game. You can see he's starting to just throw onagers at anything and everything that he can. Imagine what would have happened if I had not cut through. I think that, and that was a long cut. I think that Larry's team probably would have won, because this is